Welcome to this video guys. In this video we're going to see how we're going to create the stack. First we start with the DynamoDB. I have a folder called lib in which we have build track -stack.ts file. So in which we have to create the stack so that we will create a cloud formation template. Thereby we will deploy that code which will create the resources finally in AWS. Okay, let me walk through let me walk you through the code. Okay, first of all we have to take our DynamoDB package. Okay, we have to import this one. Once you have imported, in the constructor, okay, in the constructor we have to build our table. Okay, so I have taken the table. Okay, type is dynamodb.table. If you see, I'm taking this creating the instance of this table. Okay, this is the instance we will going to create. This is my table name. Okay, build track is my table name. Now partition key and short key. So let's suppose say you work with a SQL database, then you have a primary key to make each record unique, right? In similar fashion, in DynamoDB we have a partition key and short key. The combination of partition key plus short key will create the uniqueness for the table, each document. But short key is optional here. Let's suppose say you didn't given the short key, then partition key itself is unique for each and every record. Let me repeat, if short key is optional, so if you're not given the short key, then partition key itself should be unique for each and every document. Okay, now let's come into the billing mode. Okay, billing mode, so we are giving as a pay per request. That means whatever we use, for that only we will going to pay. Okay, so if you see the partition key and short key, it is actually object name. Okay, I have given a pk and sk. I have given a generic name because I am using the single table for all our operations, for materials, project, process, workers, everybody. I'm using the single table. Usually if you work for a company, architects will suggest that you have to use a different table for different kind of things. Okay, but I am using the single table because I want to make different variations of queries. Let's suppose that you have used different tables for a different kind of things, like materials one table, workers one table. Using the query of partition and short key, you will get the details which you want, but you can't learn the variations of the queries. But here the focus is we have to learn all kind of variations of DynamoDB query. So that's why I'm creating a single table. Okay, I'm including all things in the table. Okay, now coming to the removal policy. Okay, I have given as retain, which means let's suppose say you have destroyed the stack, okay, using the CDK, then still our table is there and we should not lose our data. Okay, next one is point in time recovery. So DynamoDB take 35 days backup window. So at whatever the point in recovery, let's suppose you want to get the data till last week, last month, or last day, 2 days, 3 days, like that, you can get it. Next one is encryption. It will take care by AWS management. You don't need to worry about this one. Okay, now coming to the global secondary index. Okay, see, in DynamoDB you cannot query each and every field. Okay, only you can query on partition key and short key. Apart from that, if you want to make a query on any other field, you have to create an index for that field. So there is two kinds of indexes are available. One is local secondary index, second one is global secondary index. Local secondary index means partition key is same, but you have a different short keys. That is local secondary index. And another restriction for local secondary index is you can create a local secondary index while you creating the table. Once table is created, you cannot create a local secondary index again. I'm repeating, local secondary index can be created when you create a table. Once table is created, you cannot create a local secondary index. Okay, but we have a global secondary index. Okay, the global secondary index you can create whenever you want. Okay, so in a global secondary index, partition key is also, you can choose whatever the key you want. You don't need to be partition key of the table. Okay, it have to be a different field. Okay, I have given a generic names here. Okay, gs1 pk and gst1 scale, like that. Okay, I have created a two global secondary indexes. I mean, I have given these two. Next, coming to the projection type. Projection type is like that. Let's suppose say in a document you have 100 fields, but you want only 10 fields. So you can project whatever you want. As of now, I have given as all, but in a coding we will see what we're going to project. Now verify. Okay, so after this one you should have a output. Let's suppose say you made a purchase, then you should need a receipt, right? Similar fashion, when you create a stack, if you done that one, then you have to be print what is the output we are getting. Okay, we are printing the value of the table and these things. Okay, now we have to synthesize. That means you are going to create a blueprint for your table. So we are going to create a blueprint for our table. So what is expected is we create a cloud formation template, okay, which should print with no errors. Okay, and include the DynamoDB table definition. So this is what expected. Okay, so I hope you got the idea. Now I have copied this one, I have pasted in build track stack.ts file. Okay, now I am going to run cdk synthesis. To synthesize this one, I have run the cdk synth command. Okay, it will give the definition of my table. If you see, this is the instance table. Okay, these are the attributes. Okay, pk, sk, and two global secondary indexes. Billing mode is paper request, and globally secondary indexes, if you see the attribute of, okay, hash key and range key. Hash is nothing but a partition, range is short. Okay, short key. So this is a created, and then if you see here, there is one hash. Okay, analytics, if you see, this is the hash we have. Okay, what it actually indicates, let's suppose say you have uh, change something, then the hash will change and it will update in the cloud formation template, and thereby it will create the real resource. If the same thing is run again, then it will ignore because the hash is same. That means no changes happen. Let's suppose if you start with HAS1, right, and ending with the triple A double. If you remember that one, let me run the same command again. I will get the same hash because I didn't change anything. If you see, starting with same one and same one. And of course we got the cloud formation template without any errors. So we have successfully created the blueprint for our DynamoDB table. Thank you for listening. We'll meet in the next video.